Just want to tell everybody in Tempe that you're going to get 110% out of me. Do everything I can do.
We've got the newest Arizona State running back, Kanye Udoh, transferring from Army to Arizona State. Kanye, before we get into the decision, man, how's Tempe treating you so far?
It's amazing out here. It's amazing out here, man. Like, I was in New York a week ago. It was like 1 degrees outside. Now I'm here and it's beautiful, palm trees around. Can't beat it.
It's a little bit different. A lot of things in Tempe are different. It feels like Kenny
It's a
Dillingham and
little
their
bit
staff,
different.
just a little bit, just a little bit. Feels like Kenny and their staff are kind of doing things different in college football. We ask this to everybody who decides to come to Arizona State, but what was it about this football program and their coaches that was so attractive to a player like you?
Yeah, I'm sure you guys probably get a lot of the same answers, but like, it's really just how good the coaching staff is. They look like they're very coordinated, very put together. Coach Dillingham is obviously like unspeakable words can't even describe the type of coach that he is and what he's been able to do so early in his career is really special. So just wanting to be around that environment. Then you got Coach Arroyo, the OC, and Coach Aguano too. Like just a whole bunch of people with great careers who want to build a program and just build a dynasty. So
For you, obviously having such a phenomenal season at Army last year and then now heading to Arizona State, I'm curious how much you saw of Cam Skattebo, the running back, the legend that he was here this past season, what you saw from Arizona State in the college football playoffs, Scat, and how much of that played into your decision.
oh yeah, definitely did. Because remember early in the season, I used to talk to my friends all the time, like this is running back at Arizona State. Like, you guys gotta watch him, you guys gotta watch him. Everybody's talking about Genty, but I saw what Scout was doing early in the season. So being able to come to a place that he played at and just, get the same opportunity is special.
So, what is it about your game that might be a little bit different for Arizona State fans who haven't been able to go watch the pretty incredible highlights? Could you describe your game for them?
I would say like obviously I'm a bigger back. Um, Great contact balance, great explosiveness, good vision, can break away long runs, home runs, just all around somebody plays with a lot of heart and determination.
Love it. I know ASU fans are going to love to hear that. Look, before we continue all the football talk, I have to know because you're the first Kanye that I've ever met, second Kanye I've heard
Okay.
of. Any like, were you named after Kanye? Like, is it a family name? Like, where does that come from?
Um, so I wasn't named after Kanye. Like I was born in 2004, so my mom actually named me before Kanye West was really like Kanye West. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, he was still rapping, but he wasn't really like as big as an icon as he is now. So I wasn't necessarily named after him.
The second most famous Kanye right here.
There we go.
Second most
Moving up the
famous.
ranks. There we go. When it
Um,
comes to being in Sean Aguano's running back room, I know there's always a lot of love for Kenny and for Arroyo and for the offensive vision, but Aguano's pedigree as far as the running backs that he's coached, not only at Arizona State, but at a high school level here in the state of Arizona, it's a pretty long, illustrious list. How do you feel like you've been meshing with him?
Great, great. Every conversation I've had with him is positive. It's been amazing. He's a great person, has a great reputation. The special teams coordinator at West Point, Coach Saturnio, and him are actually like really close friends. So I heard a lot of great things from about him from Coach Saturnio. Everybody talked to him about him is great. And his track record speaks for himself.
I know you brought up the fact that Kenny is unlike any other coach that you've had the pleasure of talking to, that a lot of these players, especially in the transfer portal, have actually been recruited by. What was this recruiting process like for you? Obviously, different than the first time that you were in high school. Now, a guy that people really, really want in their offensive system. Just kind of walk me through that recruiting, the visit, and then really those conversations.
Right. So it was really hectic being in the transfer portal. A lot of people don't realize that like a lot of stuff gets done within like a week. So it's a whole bunch of different coaches and everything. But what's different about this time is that I definitely knew what I was looking for. I knew exactly what I needed out of a program, and I knew what I would want to see out of a program before I got there. Then when I got to ASU, just being around the people, being around the players, being around Coach Dillingham, everybody else, I could see how they operated. And I'll say the turning point for me really was getting to watch the practice. Um, their practice was so like everybody's out there just having fun, like literally just having fun, like kids playing football level of fun. So being able to do that at D1 level and still working extremely hard at the same time and getting better and perfecting your craft and still achieving at the same time, it's a special combination. So something I want to be a part of.
I feel like a lot of players now looking at Arizona State and seeing the success of last season, it's very attractive, but it's also a good amount of pressure, right? You're now coming in, and
Right.
especially at your position, stepping in and being next in after Cam Skattebo, like those standards are set pretty high. How do you handle that pressure and maybe turn it into motivation?
All right. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of pressure, but if you don't want pressure in this game, then you're playing the wrong game, in my opinion. So I embrace the pressure. I love it. I love knowing that everybody's looking at me in particular right now. And I know that I have a lot to prove and big shoes to fill. So I just want to come in there, get to work, and just do my thing.
I love it. A little bit ago, you said you knew going into the transfer portal what you were looking for, and you found it at Arizona State. What was it exactly that you were looking for in a program for you to call your next home?
Obviously, a good coaching staff. That was the first one. Like a coaching staff that has a very good plan, has a good like chain of command, basically to say, and some place where I feel like I could use my like show what I can do to the full to my full potential, like be able to show every aspect of my game, be able to run the ball more to the outside, catch the ball, do different things I haven't been able to do throughout my career at Army. So just being able to showcase what I can do it's really played a big part in my decision.
What haven't you been able to showcase yet? Because I've watched you play and you're showcasing
Yeah.
quite a bit.
Right. So like schematically some things like at Army I really run from A gap to A gap. It was more like interior runs, no real outside runs. And obviously at Army everybody knows we don't throw the ball at all. So no, we throw the ball like one or two times a game, and that's a lot for us. So not being able to catch the ball out of the backfield and certain things like that, but being able to showcase that has been exciting for me. It's been exciting for me.
Well, you've had one hell of a quarterback who's going to be throwing you passes. You've been able to talk to Sam at all?
Oh yeah, I talked to Sam Monday. I talked to Sam a couple times too. He's a great guy. Everybody loves him. Obviously a great football player.
For you, like it's not often I feel like we get transfers from our Army, Navy, Air Force, and then
Oh yeah.
going to other like major programs. Just what was that experience like being a running back playing for the football team at Army? Like what's the day to day at that school?
And with the full like schedule breakdown.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
do it.
Okay, so let's just go like Tuesday. I will wake up at 6:30 in the morning. 6:30 in the morning would be get ready for formation, morning formation. At morning formation, we would do that. Then the entire school have to march down to the mess hall for breakfast. And that would go to like 7:20. Then from 7:40, class will start. From 7:40 to like 11:55, we will have class. Then we would go back for lunch formation. So we do the same thing we did at morning formation, just like get accountability. Then the entire school would march down to the mess hall again for lunch. And that would go to like 12:20. Then 12:45 would be class. Then from 12:45 to 2, you'll be in class. Then whatever we would do football wise, whether it's a lift, meeting, whatever, it would typically start at like 2:30. Then from 2:30 to 8:30, depending on how fast like you eat, shower, make weight and all that stuff. You probably be at the stadium till like 8:39. Then you either walk back to your room or catch a shuttle back to your room, get back to your room around 9:30, do homework for about an hour till like 10:30, get ready for room inspections.
Are you going
Goodness.
to keep a similar schedule? Are you going to have such a strict routine out here?
No, I'm actually gonna be able to do like I'm gonna be able to focus a lot more on football and just football and like school, obviously, of course, but I'm gonna have more free time, more like less stress, a lot less stress. So
For you,
I think
was
it's gonna
there
lead to like
any
better production.
Oh, 100%. 100%. You could focus on the game
Right.
and really trying to hone in on your craft. For you, obviously, Army plays a difficult schedule, but it's I don't think anything near to what some of these other Power Four teams probably play on a weekly basis. Was there any maybe impact on your decision by having the ability to travel week in week out to some of the best places in the country in terms of like you've got Big 12 environments, you guys are playing at Colorado, you're playing at BYU, some of those really fun matchups?
Oh yeah, for me, like I love competition. Like I remember when we went down to LSU my freshman year. Like games like those, I love those type of games. So being able to compete against the best week in and week out, like I live for it.
So something that you said earlier, I found pretty fascinating where you're talking about the coaching difference and being able to do a lot more here over at Arizona State and how great the staff is. For a great athlete who has all the physical tools, how much does it help to have those types of coaches on the mental side when it comes to actually playing on Saturdays and producing?
Right, right. Like there's a whole lot of extremely gifted athletes at this level who just have all the physical capabilities in the world, but sometimes it really doesn't click for them on a football field because they don't understand their assignment or what they need to do for their position, and they don't really know how to mesh with a team or a scheme the right way. So having experts who can really teach you and who've done it before, prove that they can do it before, teach you step by step, literally walk you through it. Like they have the formula of success. So having that support staff that can help me mentally is going to be huge.
For you, and I feel like for a lot of athletes at this level, there's usually a turning point, whether it be a high school season or maybe you go to a specific camp and you're dominating. And it's kind of the point where it clicks of like, hey, like I'm better than everybody else at this level. I can go D1. I can maybe have league aspirations. Was there a moment for you growing up, maybe in high school, where it was like, okay, I'm a dog. I can I can take this thing to the next level?
Ah, that's hard. Yeah, obviously growing up, but I would say like I'll say the moment where I like really realized, like the people around me really realized, like this is for real is I'll say my freshman year when I rushed. So the first game, I didn't start like every game, like in the beginning of the season my freshman year. I started like week 5. That first game, I rushed for 100 yards. Then the week after that, we went down to LSU and I rushed for 100 yards against LSU. And I think that's when like it really clicked for people, like, I could really play.
You did also mention earlier the fact that you were able to really like feel like when you got on campus, when you got here, that like everything just kind of made sense in how they operated. Was there anything that caught you by surprise as far as how things operated, either football
Oh
wise or
yeah.
school wise here in Tempe?
Yeah. So I'm just talking to the players and everything, talking to the staff, and everybody's like so relaxed. Like everybody's so relaxed around like talking about Coach Dillingham and everything. It was just so like different for me. I wasn't expecting, but usually like at any other program, the head coach is like the head coach. Like everybody's like he's not really that approachable, but everybody's just like super approachable. Coach Dillingham is just like normal guy,
Just one of the
literally
dudes.
just one of the guys. Like so, that's huge. It's huge to be able to like have a head coach that's that approachable and wants to build a real relationship with their players.
Last one from me. You also said that them having fun, it felt like, what you played football for at the beginning when you were a kid. So let me ask you a question that you would ask a kid when they're playing football. What's your favorite part about playing football?
Um, mm,
You know it's
I have
finding
to
the end
go
zone.
with yeah, yeah. I have to go find it. No, no, breaking a long run. Let me specify.
Mm.
Like breaking that long home run hitter, that's the best part.
Like what Saquon was doing
Then
in the
I,
playoffs?
yeah, just like that. Or winning. Like, there's no feeling better feeling than winning a championship. Like, it's unreal.
100%. Well, I know Arizona State fans, they're still riding high, looking to defend that Big 12 championship with you in the backfield next year. I'm curious, before we get you out of here, if you have a message for Arizona State fans, the Sun Devil community, looking forward to seeing you in Tempe.
Just want to tell everybody in Tempe that you're going to get 110% out of me. Do everything I can do.
Love it. Kanye Udoh, the newest Arizona State running back. We appreciate you taking the time today, Kanye.